Guys, put your hands together for Lord Baden Powell, the founder of the Boy Scouts of America. There he is. Whoa. 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 Flannery, that's a strong boy's name, thank you. I traveled the world. I went to Ireland and Flannery. I learned that a blizzard in Ireland is called a McFlurry. Thank you. I would like to thank Hans Christian Lawrence Anderson for having me here tonight. And I'm Mr. Lawrence. I'm still not sure what was. Did I travel to the future or was I resurrected?
You were brought to the future.
Oh, good, because I hear I was cremated, and boy, what a jigsaw puzzle that would have been. All these extra pieces. Thank you. I am first Baron Baden Powell. I should need no introduction. I am a celebrity. I just, you can bring people to the future, but you can't bring their hat with them. So I apologize, ma'am, for the obscenity of seeing my bare hat. I look as naked as the day I was born. I was born in a full, all-purpose, all-weather tweed suit, fit for camping. I just ripped out of my mother's womb like a young boy stuck in a tent with a stuck zipper. She was never the same. I have my field journal here, and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself. Whoa! 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 Have a touch of the British Tourette's. So when I was young, I spent my time frolicking in the woods, and I thought, you know what would make this fun? A Pinewood Derby and paying dues to somebody. That's what I did. And I was like, wow, these fucking trees are everywhere. So I set out to draw them all, and I ran out of paper. I did, and then I got older. I was in the British Army for 40 years. I was loading guns and being a cool man guy and fucking admiring the male form, right? We're all into it. I was surprised at being here now. Far less people recognize me than recognized me in 1935. I used to be a badass bachelor. Pretty cool, hanging out with all my, young boys. And yeah, I was like Prince, just more like Michael Jackson now. All right. After I left the military, I wrote the book Scouting for Boys. And I think everyone was happy I wrote it because, boy, they're hard to find. They're hard to find. What would you do if you went camping with me and woke up surrounded by young boys? Well, you'd form a conservation organization called the Boy Scouts. No, Boy Scouts. Are there any former Boy Scouts here? Are there Boy Scouts? Yeah, you're a Boy Scout. Can we all do the salute? All on three on the salute. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they must have changed it. They must have changed it. That was the original salute. Sorry. They must have changed it. No, the Boy Scouts were great. I could teach young, vulnerable boys how to survive in the woods. I could teach them how to build a campsite. And most importantly, a skill you cannot replace. How to start a fire with sticks and stones. Which I'm certain you use all the time, and there's no way to replace it at all. Just couldn't do it. I did love reading. I spent a lot of time in the woods reading. I was sketching things. Some of my sketches got rejected from National Geographic for being too pornographic. It's just I am out sailing. I see there's a porpoise, I draw the porpoise, I draw the sail, I draw the jib. I draw this young man's jib, and National Geographic says no! One of my favorite books to read was by one of the best authors of all time. I don't mean a name drop, but Adolf Hitler. Yeah! I'm surprised. I mean, I bet Chancellor Hitler has a Sir in front of his name these days. I don't know, I haven't read up on it. But I hear he started some camps too. I do. I spent a lot of time reading in nature, and then also I wanted to draw as well, so I would just sketch out all of the trees. I actually, before I ran out of paper, I got to tree 999 and 997. Do the math. Boy Scouts doesn't teach math. I did, and I would draw everything. I would draw the leaves as they fell to the ground in autumn. I would draw the birds as they headed home from winter, for winter. I was in Florida. It was wherever. I draw the slender yet firm phallus of my colleague, Kenneth. It was normal for the time to have two male companions who would be nude in the forest. It would be. I heard that there was a biographer that called me a closeted homosexual. I'll never tell. I was anything but. And then, on a steamship in the Atlantic, I met Olaf. She was 23. I was 32 years her senior. And then we married a few months later. I thought she was a boy. Sorry. Boyish, good looks. I was confused. But after I moved in with her at our estate in Brisbane, Los Angeles, I started having these terrible headaches, and my doctor tried to treat them with dream therapy. And he kept asking me what my dreams were, so I lied. And I said, to be with my wife! And then I got the idea to put a hammock in the balcony of my mansion and sleep outside. It cured the headaches. I was able to masturbate. Master outdoor skills. Master outdoor skills. And then after that, I must have died because the notes run out there. But, I mean, through the Boy Scouts, some of you are former Boy Scouts, we can salute again, yes? No one, what is this, three-handed?
Shocker. It's the we blows. We blow.
We do blows. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was the Girl Guides. There's no other, only boys are allowed in Boy Scouts these days. No, the Boy Scouts are amazing. We get to teach people all the knots. We got the Jimmy knot, the fruitcake knot. We got the garlic knot, and we got Don knots, and sorry? When we talk about knots, I go a little knots. Now, I stopped by Boy Scout HQ, and I looked in the archives, and I pulled out a letter from a fan. And I would like to share it with you. This is a letter I found, and also, I spent a long time at HQ. I had to pull out an Encyclopedia Britannica and show him a picture of me. And then I was like, I'm your boss. So in a letter dated February 1990 from a woman named Cheryl Judd, she wrote, from Lincoln, Illinois, she wrote, Dear Din Leader Calvert, I am writing you in regards to the incident at the Pinewood Derby Finals at the American Legion Hall where my son, Stephen Judd, took first place. In the parking lot after the event, Scout Darren Linsky, the second place winner, approached my son and sucker punched him in the face. The Scouts were supposed to teach boys manners and pride. This was very unscout-like behavior. I'm pulling Stephen from the Scouts. His little brother, Brandon, was hoping to join next year. He saw how fun it was to be a Boy Scout, but we can't put our kids in danger like that. Regretfully, Cheryl Judd. Good riddance! Who wants another fat Boy Scout? All right, I'm Robert Baden Powell, the founder of the Boy Scouts. Thank you.
Bare Knuckle Comedy.